Okay, I'm really hoping that this will do. Hopefully. Very dramatic music. Oh geez. Well, hello everybody. On YouTube side, apologies if you're getting caught up in all of this. My everything is exploding. But we're gonna try to stream as much as we can. If this feels like more than 2 times, then I'm just going to turn it off on YouTube. So it'll be a Twitch only stream, and I may just record the VOD, or we'll figure it out. But what's most important is drawing with some very very dramatic music. So once again, apologies for all of the chaos. It looks like even my multi chat thing is freaking out. So we're gonna try to fix that right here. And we're also gonna head over to the main scene. So yeah, we have a, oh, you can see my streamer pad right there. But yeah, we have a bit of a new setup now. My mic may sound a little bit different. I apologize if it's a bit quiet or anything. That's probably a better thing that I'm not talking too close to it. I'm gonna try to watch all the stream stuff. And I'm also having to be on my phone with Twitch chat, so there's that as well. Yeah, cool. Okay, let's get started. So yeah, we are back. We are drawing. We have a new setup. Hopefully, it should be easier to see things. In fact, everything's a little bit more gray than I'd want, and I just realized how weird it is drawing on a slanted or non-slanted surface. This is very strange. In fact, I just realized the softbox light that I have above me, I should probably move because it's shooting right at the table, which is causing a bit of a glare. But overall, I think we're a bit better. And yeah, there's a light behind me, so it's causing this cast shadow. So this isn't my like permanent setup. This is a temporary setup. I am back home with my family, and so because of that, we're gonna have some issues. There goes the internet again. Please, for the love of all, let us get a hold. Oh, geez, it's not looking like it, but oof, need to ghost a lot more. But yeah, so we're gonna be experiencing some laggier streams. Let's I'm not gonna mess with the camera settings right now. I would like it to be brighter though. It looks a bit like, I don't know, dark, which we can fix rather easily. So I'll do that during BRB. Let's have some more chill music. I'm gonna swap the playlist. There we go. I should have prepared myself for the worst. And man, I am like fraying so much because I don't have a slanted desk right now. Who knew that would come to like hurt me so much. We're gonna treat this as the back line. Even my ghosting's taking a hit. Oh, why did I double up on that? Whoops. Some shoddy line work tonight, no doubt. Should also probably move a little bit this way. I have my mic in a bit of a weird spot, and I don't want to get too quiet for you guys. Because I'm actually being almost as quiet as the music, which is an issue. Hopefully my multi-chat is still working. There we go. Streaming with only one monitor, so it makes keeping track of everything rather difficult, but we'll make it work. In fact, this is gonna, despite my cool lighting improvements and stuff, this will be mostly an Inkscape stream. And Scream if it decides to continuously crash. Oof. But yeah, pretty excited for the coming weeks. It's gonna be a lot. It seems like more than 2 weeks. Like what is going to be demanded of me, but and it'll feel longer than that for sure, but it'll be fun. Man, look how great that's standing out now. That's awesome. Let's do a plane and call it. My line work's gonna be a bit shoddy today, and if we get to drawing, we'll have rulers to back us up, so. Oh yikes! Lots of bowing today. It's rough. But I'm kind of just letting it happen, trying to slowly critique myself. Get back into the groove. Cool. So, as you guys know, we're gonna do our usual 2 minutes of ad break. Hopefully, you'll get to see the cool little widget. Oh wait, why is it an hour timer? wrong button. We don't need to warm up that long. But yeah, so we're gonna do 2 minutes of ads, all that good stuff, and then we'll come back and continue with our phone clamp construction. So be right back, everybody. Alrighty, everybody, we should be back. Let's get that ad thing out of here. Yeah, it's still not automatic. I have some stuff to fix. Mainly how we pass variables and stuff into StreamerBot. But yeah, so once again, we are back just for this week only, and we're going to be working on probably the clamp this entire week. I mean, I would love to do more. We'll see. And no 50% because I'm going to be like, I'm already doing tons of 50% my own. And I'll be traveling, right? So I'll have plenty of time then to do all of that as well. So for now, what we're going to be up to is, like I said, working on that phone clamp. So let's get started. And so yeah, last we left off, as a bit of a recap, we did both of the sides of the clamp. Now, for those who were there, which I'm not even sure if anybody's in stream right now, but for those who were there, you'll notice that I actually deleted a lot of our work for the top of the clamp because I didn't like how we structured it. I feel like we could have done it much better. I can't remember the reason why specifically, but I know. Oh yeah, because our top, where is it? This one. Oh, supposed to be visible. Ah, there we go. Right here, right? It's going to be, down the middle, and there's like there's a method to it, right? We could technically put it anywhere we want. Just I'd rather have a method to it and to be easier to line, because like if we don't have good set coordinates right here, because like yeah, sure, the overhang will be relative, right? Especially in however we do the box. And wait, this changes actually how I think about this a lot. This is such a small additive form. I'm kind of thinking of just constructing it in the main one, right? So instead of having this, no, we'll extend it. We'll do an additive form basically, because like this is such nice stuff to work with that I feel like doing it any other way would be a bit reductive. Yeah. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be establishing kind of where this lies. Yeah. So one thought I initially have, right, when we're looking at this is we want, it's a circle, right? If we look on top of it, it's a perfect, ideally a perfect circle. It's not actually perfect, but whatever, right? And so that means whatever width is right here needs to be the same width as over here. The problem is we can't easily guarantee squares or like equality in this lesson. I mean, there is the compass method, which is like the main one I see for how to make squares or equally sided things. But it wasn't implied that we're supposed to be doing that for this lesson, so I'm going to stray away from it. And so rather, we're going to be looking at just trying to eyeball ratios and dimensions and stuff like that. So I want to start here and to decide how big it is, right? I'm trying to pick, because like let's say we did a line through here. This would make what we have quarter. So this would make it about 3/8 ish. Yeah, because it crosses through here. So 3/8. And it really would just be 2/4, so a half. That's a bit long, but I think it's a perfectly fine abstraction for how much complexity we have. And that would not necessarily translate over here, even though it is approximately this as well. But yeah, I'd rather establish some kind of, basis for this. And my ideal of how we would construct this then, and actually I would like to start with the top for this first, because then, we assume that this length is the same as this length, and this length is the same as this length. So if we find the horizontal layout of this, then we can basically, once we map out the top, we can then place the screw on these other two. That's the goal, right? So without any further ado, let's get back to it. Let me also double check YouTube stuff to make sure I didn't accidentally private the stream again. Oh, shoot. Oh, wow. People are in YouTube chat. My apologies. Why is chat not on screen? Did I hide it? Uh-oh. Here, wait. Let me try to fix this real quick. My apologies. Welcome to the stream. And I'll talk about that in just a second. I hope you're doing well. Let's try to fix this. See if refreshing. Oh, wait. There it is. Okay. What? Why did it just now work? Okay, whatever. So yeah. Well, welcome to the stream. Something IX or something 10. Or wait, no, IX would be 1 before 10. So 9. Is that how it works? What is 10 in Roman numerals? Or sorry, 9. IX. So yeah, 9. Maybe, I don't know. Welcome to the stream. You're playing Super Mario in the background. Heck yeah. Well, I hope this stream serves as a nice kind of like background noise for you. Here, let me test over on the Twitch side that things are working. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, we are doing constructional drawing. So what our goal is we're going to start off with a box. Our goal is to draw this thing, right? And so the easiest shape we can draw in 3D is a box. So once we have this box, 9 in Roman numerals, and yes, it's also fun because your main OC has an X for one of the eyes. Oh, that's super creative. I love that. Well, shout out. Yeah, so we start off with a box, and they're like, okay, how can we mathematically ensure that all of our proportions line up a certain way? So we use these really cool, I actually forgot to pull it up this stream. Let me try to pull it up. think the best way to do is this. I should Imgur, I think it's there, hopefully. Yeah, okay. Let's see if I can get this on screen. Also, I apologize if this stream my internet cuts out a lot. It makes more sense if you were born in 2009. I think it makes sense. Kavel draws 1991. No, I'm kidding. I'm not 1991. Let's share this real quick. Actually, no, okay. I'll just throw a picture of it here. Nah, I won't. I'm lazy. Basically, there's this huge guide I have, and I can put it in chat if you want. Of all different ways of subdividing things. Subdivision is where, once again, we use geometric knowledge, ancient techniques from very smart people that I kind of just copy. So we know that if we draw an X, so shout out, another X right there, an X, and then we draw horizontal and vertical lines to that X, we divide into halves. We can also get thirds, fifths, fourths. I mean, fourths is 2 halves, right? Sixths, sevenths, all that. And so we can start creating landmarks. This is all part of something called Drawbox. This is going to sound like an ad. It isn't. I'm not sponsored. Drawbox is a free constructive learning program. If you're like a complete beginner, like I was like 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, they'll walk you through everything. I literally mean, oh yeah, here, I'll put in chat. Boom, boom. Also, as a quick tidbit, don't trust random links from people on the internet, but like, I say that as I share this, so just be careful, right? Always be careful with links that people send you. But yeah, so yeah, Drawbox is a completely free constructional drawing program from the absolute beginners or people who are like super experienced. People have gotten tons of experience from this. You're in the Discord. Oh shoot, huge. Well, thank you for stopping by. Heck yeah. Okay, so yeah, I don't need to have the whole spiel. Cool. So yeah, you know what's going on. So yeah, this is lesson 6, and we have a lot of brain activity to do. So I'm gonna get started on this top reference over here. So just gonna create a hello. I Inkscape, hello. Oh, it's right here, dude. Inkscape, try not to rage bait me challenge, impossible. There we go. Ugh. So yep, now we have our top reference, and we could start kind of playing around with this with known constraints. Now I'm also going to rotate this a tiny bit, just to try to get very horizontal and all that good stuff. Well, shout out, thank you for stopping by from the Drawbox. I don't want to interrupt your Super Mario Karting, but what brings you to the stream? Are you, and what brings you to art? You said you have an OC. I don't really know. I could ask 1,000 questions, and I don't want to bother you too much while playing your game. But what do you hope to do with art? What is a goal of yours? Lesson 6. I haven't started lesson 1. Drawing motivation has been all-time low right now, so I haven't been able to start. I feel that. I was very much the same way with lesson 2 in Drawbox. I found it very hard to continue. And so I started streaming, which is not the solution. It's only a solution. But hey, I haven't looked back. And also apologies if my responses are a little bit slow. I usually have another monitor to like watch what's happening on stream, or like what's in chat. But sadly I don't have that right now. I usually stream from my home apartment, or my like college apartment, but I am at home with family right now for the holidays. All that great stuff. I have a ton of OCs, mostly based off of video games, none based off of Mario though. I like to draw sometimes. I hope to do my own animations and characters someday. Huge. Well, Drawbox is a wonderful way to start that, in my opinion. I'm somewhat the same. I've joined Drawbox because I want to make cool stuff, but also, oh, look at that. What is that, a third? think that's a third. Yep, that's a third. Yep. Cool. Yeah, although I plan to keep art as a hobby, not my job. Same here, actually. Yeah, I'm a semester away from graduating college to be a computer programmer. Uh, and I do art as a hobby. I picked it up because I wanted to learn to express myself. Yo, what's up, Jims? Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. I wanted to learn to express myself better and use it as a medium of expression, but also just in doing art, it's kind of like a catch-22. The more art I did, the more I loved it, and the more cool people I met, and I think life was just much more awesome that way. Heck yeah. How's your day going so far, Jims? So this is a third. That's a very weird number that I may actually stray from. Let's see, what number is this? We can actually use a mirroring method here. Ooh, yeah, this is gonna get weird. This is gonna get some weird stuff. Ooh. I'm a semester away from graduating high school. Well, congrats. Big man, I wish I started art that early. You're gonna hear this from every person who's even slightly older than you. But man, I wish I started art when I wish I start, the best time to start was 10 years ago. The next best time to start was now. And there goes my internet. Good, hung out with my mom and helped moving stuff. Oh, very nice. Oof, internet coughing, internet's dying. Fight, Tatakai. No, Tatakai. Okay, there we go. Oh, maybe, who knows. It's fighting. Who knows? How am I doing? I'm doing okay. It's the holidays. I don't have to worry about school anymore. And there, my internet's back. Apologies. It's weird. Today I had like a freak out. I was like, oh my god, what homework am I missing? I was like, oh wait, I don't have any homework. I went to the store with my sisters and got some groceries. Had a lot of fun there. Oof, this is some weird geometry. I'm not sure I like that. But I'm doing really well, Jims. Thank you for asking. I started drawing when I was super young, but haven't really improved much. I gotcha. Oh, there goes the internet. Ooh. Well, I can't do anything about it, so we're gonna continue. We're back. Yay! My internet is doing some weird stuff, guys. I'm not sure if we should go into BRB or what, but ugh. Yeah. Internet at my home is not as good as internet at my apartment, that's for sure. I apologize that this is the first stream that you've stopped by and I'm lagging really bad. I just need to not care about it though. And it'll go away. Hopefully. We'll see. Okay. So, I'm not sure if I should go with a third. So put, because it's such a weird measurement. Let's see, over here, let's turn on the side profile. Ideally I wanted it to be 3/8. Let's see what 3/8 would look like. That'd be 3/8 this way, so right here. But I've gotten a lot of opportunity to code for fun. I want to draw a little bit more for fun. I've been holding off because I don't want to burn myself out. Yay, we're back. I don't want to burn myself out because once I study abroad, which will be happening in a week, I I want to draw every day. It's a goal of mine. And more so, it's a so whenever you hear draw every day, you see it as an artistic challenge, right? It's a or like a discipline challenge. But I feel like it shouldn't be a challenge of discipline because you can eat a bowl of nails every day and that would be a challenge for discipline. It just won't necessarily be good for you. Art, like a draw every day notion to me, should be one where you learn about yourself and what makes you resistant to drawing or like what stresses you out, right? That to me is what draw every day should be. Uh, but I just personally think that is a lot more productive to know about yourself. I just realized the big problem. Wait, no, no, a third horizontal, a third of this. So a third. Oh, there goes the internet again. Crappy internet is just going to be a theme of this week, everybody. I do apologize. Do we have to go no music? Let's see what happens if we turn the music off, if that helps us. It shouldn't. Nah, whatever. Okay. Uh, Screw it. We could do a third. Well, okay, so we have a horizontal right here. So if we cut that into thirds horizontally, which would be, we just want an arrow in that direction and then the side. So this is a third, yeah. And that's actually quite accurate. So yeah, let's do a third. Why not? Okay, so there's a third. Oof. We're gonna stop the music for now just because it's struggling that much. Let's see if that helps. My Twitch is freaking out. Hopefully the YouTube stream didn't go down. No, we're still here. Okay, cool. Albeit very laggy. Once again, apologies. There's only so much I could do, sadly. So yeah, we'll keep a third here. And that's a really weird number. That's like 2/5. Yeah, yeah, we'll get a side of it. Why not? Because then we could just mirror. So let me pull up my Enchiridion of measurement techniques, and we want 2/5. So to get 2/5, oh, there goes the internet. Maybe it wasn't the. I was hopeful that it was the music. I was really hoping. There we go. That is. Oh wait. Oh wait. No, I did the 2/5 in the wrong place. Oops. What if I drop it to 2500 kilobits? That's low, but I mean, hey. Beggars can't be choosers. Okay, so yeah, we want 2/5 of this section, so what will that entail? This. That already passes through here. I don't even need that necessarily. So yeah, now for that 2/5. Like that and this. That's pretty perfect. Look at that. Now that we have the midpoint, we can use the mirroring technique. Which isn't as effective as I want it to be, so we'll just probably craft our own here. At least it's pretty. Hey, what's up, bear? You have spaghetti? Heck yeah. I've turned off music and I've done everything I possibly can to try to fix the internet. There's no telling if this will actually work or not. So I do apologize if one, I'm slower to respond to messages because I only have one monitor. Um and if things explode. But we're trying our best here. We really are. Oh, look how perfect this is. This can go all the way through. Nope, that's not supposed to have that many nodes. And yet it does. Evil, die. I saw your post, Bear, in the... What does Delano call it? I'm just gonna call it like the recap, the art recap thing. I'm not saying the full name. Man, I didn't know you drew some of that. Like, holy crap. Very good stuff. I especially like the two wolves one. Not just because haha 2 wolves meme. But also it gives me crazy Kurumi vibes. And it just looks great. I also really like the seal one. And there's like the peepo at the bottom. I think that's also great. I mean, I like all, but those get special huge, oh, special mentions. Okay, where does this curve end? And where does it begin? Thankfully, we can use the mirroring technique on half of this. I just am laying it out explicitly right here. Oh, I'm using a line tool. So yeah, don't worry. Like this, yeah. This is my mouse. You're fine. Trying to emulate Tove Janssen's or Jensen's, but rely heavily on hatching. Dude, Bear, I'm gonna be real. After the Cap Wolf drawing, I'm done with ink for a while. I'm switching to pencil. It scarred me. I'm still so upset. Um, yeah, I'm gone. It's over. Currently replaying all the levels as Rosalina. Get the gold flags so I don't have to worry about them later on. I gotcha. Big stuff. I have not played a racing games. Honestly, make me upset. Like I don't have fun. Like once I'm losing, I'm like a Captain America Wolf Tooth. I loved the sketch, dude. I loved the initial sketch. It just ink stresses me the hell out. It really does. And it put me in such a horrible mood that day. I can't let it live in my head like that though. Well, I mean, I'll let Cap Wolf live in my head, but other than that, no. But yeah, fine liner maybe, but for now it's just gonna be pencil. I need value. I need to crutch on value, dude. I need to know my limits. As sad as it sounds, let's try to do. Let's do a fifth up here and see what happens. Yeah. Okay. Fifth. I can't remember. Let's see. Rotate everything. This would be this. This. There's no way that's a fifth. What? Oh. Here. No. Here? What? Kavel. Yeah. There's no way that's a fifth. You're trolling. Oh, because that's supposed to go at the halfway mark. My bad. Rosalina's symbol on all the flags. I think the gold star topper, the gold flag looks better with the gold star logo on it. Sadly, I've not played much Mario Kart. Didn't that win Game of the Year for Racing Game? To the dismay of many a Sonic Crossworlds fan. One of my friends who is a Sonic Crossworlds fan said, "How much money did Nintendo have to pay?" Ah, gotcha. Man, you are dedicated. Also, I was recently watching Mob Psycho, and season 2, episode 7, maybe, where the Body Improvement Club fights the one like super strength dude. I loved the art in that one. A lot of Mob Psycho's art style, the animated, not the comic. I really want to emulate a lot of their style. It's the same calling I had with Kimetsu no Yaiba. No, that's Demon Slayer. Yaiba's Samurai Legend. I love some of it. Super Mario 3D World. Oh, apologies. Okay, so now we have the halfway mark, and we can hopefully do this a little bit better. That it still doesn't seem right. Well, it's because I drew the same line. I'm silly. This, and then midline to bottom. Yeah, that man, my estimations are pretty darn accurate. Now, in a perfect world, I would make this a square, but remember we can't do squares for this part of the lesson, or just like we aren't instructed to or expected to make squares. So, this is getting a bit crowded, in all honesty. But would we benefit from simplicity down there? Would a third overall be okay? Mario Kart would probably be way harder. Soul Stars stamps playing through every level is 5 characters, so it's not super. I don't know. To me, that sounds super difficult. But hey, I'm just bad at games, so let's try a third and see how awful horrendous that is. But for the sake of my sanity, I don't think it's gonna be that bad. So in a third, I know how to make. That's a quarter. Maybe I don't know how to make this. Just kidding. Haha. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. 1/5 of the way there in 3 days. Wow. Drawing and coding have mostly taken up my hobbies nowadays instead of playing games. My friend, I was having a pretty rough time playing the finals the other day, and my friend, like I said, I'd rather be drawing right now. And he's like, "Would you?" And like, because it's a cop out to say that. It's a bit rude, right? You're playing games with your friends. So how bad is the game going for you to say you'd rather be drawing? Or not that, not that drawing is a horrible fate. But then I was like, yeah, drawing doesn't have a respawn timer, and that's kind of like me saying that triggered in my own brain. I was like, yeah, art, you kind of just no rules, and I love the fact that there's no rules. You don't have a respawn timer. You don't have a KD unless you track. Everything's relative. Like you could have your own KD, but like it's completely relative if a drawing succeeds or not, right? That's just based on your expectation, or unless you have like an objective measure. This looks cleaner, so we're going to stick with that. Cool. So now we have an actual concrete gauge for this. So now I'll actually transfer that over here. And we now have a concrete gauge for the front. Because now we know. Oh, I really did line that up with the halves of this. Yeah. My voice is too cracked to to yahoos. Remember, kids, always say no to drugs. I just realized the edges of this have to line up with this too. I'm not sure if I did that. I did a quarter here. I did a quarter here. Oh, Kavel, you're so smart. I just personally have fluctuating motivation with everything, and right now I have absolutely no motive. No, that's totally fine. I'm not saying it's bad. However, I would recommend something to consider. Do you need motivation to do things, right? Stan Prokopenko, who's the creator of Proko, who so I don't think it's at all, and this is coming from a person who struggled with this for years, like probably 7 or 8 years thinking about it, right? Ever since high school. So almost 8 years. It isn't about motivation. There are many days. I'm not going to say because I like going to the gym, but when I first started going to the gym, I was not motivated at all. Some days, and I didn't want to go, but then I wouldn't have like not kept doing it, right? Same thing with drawing, right? We're just not going to be motivated. But why do you play? Like I'm not attacking you with this. This is just like a kind of rhetorical question, right? Is well, then why do I play video games or watch Netflix, right? And it's because we don't see these things as frictionist or demanding. Stan Prokopenko in the Draftsman podcast says that at some point we have to make these hard decisions. These hard decisions being, yes, after my day of work, after I go to the gym, after I make myself dinner, I can sit down for an hour and draw, or I could sit down for 2 hours and watch TV. And those are the hard decisions because we're not going to have motivation to do one of those. And so training ourselves to be resistant, to be driven, that's the kind of like the opposing force of motivation, but to be driven to do these things and making them easy, making them seem easy. Drawing is hard, but how can we make the process of starting drawing easy? So keeping our sketchbook open on our table and a pencil right there. Teaching ourselves to remove expectations from our drawing. Because oftentimes, we're really reluctant to start a drawing because, oh, it could go bad because of this or that. Or, oh, it's going to demand so much attention and patience. What if it doesn't? I've been drawing for 30 minutes to 1 hour on average recently, and I feel no friction. Dude, that is awesome. That's a great thing. And so there, yeah, right. And so this is not to say, oh, you're unproductive and you need to draw as much as it. No, no, no. You're totally fine. Something. I'm not. This is in no way me scrutinizing you. It is just unsolicited advice from a person who's been there, right, and who has seen a lot of benefit, personal benefit, and enjoyment in my life from shifting my perspective a bit. And I think you can do the same and get just as much, if not more, joy out of it than I have. Because it's not a skill relegated to a small subset of people, like a cabal of artists who truly understand the secrets of art. Not at all. It is those who are, those who just are led in that direction by minds greater than ours, like Stan Prokopenko. Or I first started doing that because of the book Atomic Habits, which I don't recommend to everybody. It could be a bit wish-washy, but if you cherry pick some things from there, it's very helpful. Not wish-washy, it's just like, it's a lot. Um, so yeah, just food for thought and a personal recommendation. Let's see. So this is a fifth of a quarter. So what does that mean? This is a tenth, a 20th. A 20th? We're operating. Should I set like a hard cap for how much I subdivide these? Like once I hit a 20th, no more. But now when I love going to the gym. In fact, I'm quite peeved that I'm not able to go to my gym at school this week and I have to work out at home. Because, I'm just not there. I'm quite peeved. But, and look at this, we can actually, oh, hello. I want the front, there we go. What if we did this? This isn't technically a fifth, but it feels like it. Could I construct a fifth out of this? Let's see. Oh wait, no, I can, because it's just this line, and that's a fifth. Holy moly. Look at that, guys. And now we have a fifth. That isn't right. That's right. See, this is getting awfully gross. What is the difference between working out in the gym? So I've actually, other than for complicated pulls, I've been switching to machines recently. And man, I love them. I'm having an absolute blast. So generally nothing. Just all the new machines I've been using, like the rowing machine, for example. Oh my god. It's not like I am seeing improvement that in certain areas that I wouldn't have if I just stayed with body weight and weights. But now I have all these machines. I think that for me personally, part of it's probably out of my control. I'm in a pretty bad situation right now. Oh, that's totally fine. I don't mean to encroach. And I hope that you get into a better situation where you're able to do more of what you love. But yeah, and also I just highly recommend the Proco podcast too. That has helped me reframe a lot of my personal mindset when it comes to art and such. Is this what I want? No. This is what I want. Is that 2/5? Down left. I think so. Oh, there goes my internet. Yippee. What would the fifth one be then? Oh, wait, no, fifth. Okay, I see. Eh, that don't seem right. Something's awry. I see. I don't see. I guess 2/5 is not going to cut it right there. Oh, because I did it. What the hell was I doing? What? Half? Half. Oh, because a fifth on this side isn't necessarily going to be a fifth down. Oh, no, it should be. Eh. Eh. Hmm. Shout out to the stream for barely holding on this whole time. Right as I say that, the internet drops again. Please don't make me eat my words. I'm very confused. Because, yeah, is that correct? That feels more correct. We'll go with that. This is chaotic, but hopefully it'll work. So you're allowed to make references and such digitally and then use them for your physical homework? Because I was under the impression that digital is completely banned. I've seen other person draws. So that's where this is tricky, and I'm actually not sure about the answer, but I'm not submitting this as my work for Dropbox. This is us trying to figure out subdivisions beforehand from the reference, and our job is to put it on the paper, right? Because the full assignment for lesson 6, so you're correct. Yeah, digital is not allowed for submissions. However, and this is where I'm a bit not sure how within the lines I'm operating, um, is we are taking an object and then finding its proportions, and then we'll put it on a page, in a box. So, but maybe I should ask Canoe just in case, because I'm not actually entirely sure. So yeah, we'll see. Actually, to my understanding, this should be allowed for lesson 6 at least. But I'll actually, I haven't even given that thought. I need to look into that. Here, this is, and we're gonna draw this all the way down. Ooh, Kavel's cheating. I've seen another I already read that. But you know, yeah, you do not do Dropbox digitally. That is a thing. I mean, you can. You're getting like so very little out of it. I think. Because yeah, what is this fifth of? It's a fifth of a quarter. It's not even that. It's 2/5 of a half. So let me just double triple check I'm doing that right here. We half it. Yeah, okay. Getting rid of this. That isn't right. Oh, okay. Too far. Something for lesson 5 though. That's where it gets. Yeah, you shouldn't be submitting digital art. I mean, that's the thing. People will. Just you can't do it for official critique, right? Um, People have done digital drawings for lesson 5 though, or drawovers. I've done digital drawovers for lesson 5. But eventually, halfway through lesson 5, I realized I was not getting what I wanted out of it, and I stopped doing that. What is this line even for? So we want a tenth of this effectively. So it means we go down here, go down here. Or no, we want 2/5, which means we go across here, we go down here, and that's our 2/5. I'll take it. Why not? Go down here. Go down here. Yeah, I'll deal with that. I mean, like the draw an animal digitally and then draw it on paper and submit the drawing. They weren't submitting the digital ones. So yeah, draw overs are a mixed bag because I'm a person who has done them, and while they are good training wheels at first, eventually you have to be able to do those forms in your head and do ratios in your head. So yeah, it is good to step away from those. These aren't the same lines. I'm getting mixed results. Why? Probably because I did the wrong line. This. Hmm. I'm kind of tempted to start playing music again, but I'm not sure if that's going to nuke the stream. I'm going to try it. We're going to see what happens. I think that's the issue. There we are. Because yeah, it's a... Yeah, okay, it's crossed. So yeah, that should be it. Symmetry. And once again, we would use the mirroring method here, which is a big reminder I need to make for myself once we hit the paper with this. Cool, okay. And I guess we should kind of do this bevel right here. Bevel draws. And we'll do it on this one because this is kind of like our holotype specimen, to quote Minecraft. Oh, here, I'll bring up the... There we go. And yeah, I've had so much beef with the tuna. That's the thing that does our music, that I'm going to make my own version of it. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. We'll see how I'm feeling about it. It is a bit of a challenge getting all the stream upgrades and fixes and stuff in this week. So once I return in a month, I don't have to worry about any of that. This gives crazy third vibes, but it may not be. What is the best way to subdivide this? It's giving a horizontal third. I can actually... that. It's approximately that. We could do a fifth. Wouldn't be too difficult. Okay, it looks like music hasn't nuked the stream yet. Yet, though. I use very loosely. Okay, a lower fifth would be... across. Make sure I'm using this the right way. Why is my PRF dying? Excuse me. Please wait, still loading. PureF. It is not hard to load a PNG. I've done it myself. Who knows? PureF is rage baiting me. Okay, it's not a fifth. It's not a third. Means it's probably a quarter. In fact, we don't need this horizontal line. Yes, we do. Screw it. It's a fourth. And anyone who disagrees will explode. Just saying. So watch out. Violently, too. It won't be pretty. YouTube's recommending a bitrate of 6800. Brother, I would love to have a bitrate that high right now. But I don't have a nuclear powered computer in front of me with NASA level internet. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to deal. I'm just speedrunning this game at this point. I'm playing with the best character. Oh, heck yeah. And I'm actually going to, for the sake of being silly, gonna extend this upwards. So yeah, now we have some ground truth stuff. Didn't I have a measurement for where that should be? Yeah, that should be. What was that, a third? What was this? Yeah, third. Maybe you need to start annotating stuff. Here. Oh yeah, so this is the third, right? This diagonal. Yep, third. Boom. No question. Question. Yeah, here's the hardest part about this is consolidating how long and stuff this should be. Gotcha. I'm gonna be honest, I probably won't be able to read all of it as we are focusing on drawing this stream. However, feel free to do what you need to do. I gotcha. This doesn't seem right. This seems like a pretty big error on my part. Yet ideally it should be a wait, that's not a third. Or this should be a horizontal third, right? Because yeah, this third is a horizontal this way, which means it's gonna be a vertical third over here. And to make a vertical third, we have it right here. Why is that running through that perfectly? Eh? Oh, wait. This with the diagonal. Eh? It should not be coincidence that these match up. Dude, this lesson sucks. This is strange. Because I used a horizontal third here. Eh? What? Yep. So the arrow should be pointing down or up. Yeah. Over here, which it is, we have this arrow indicating that we want to create a third. Just for some odd reason, it perfectly matches up with this, which in my opinion shouldn't be possible. But you know what? I don't really care about what's possible or not possible now. I care about getting this done. So there that is. Which means everything that we did do was correct. I feel like I turn into a total beginner when you touch a pen. Well, I mean, you're a beginner to Drawbox, right? And there's nothing wrong with being a beginner. We aren't really owed any like honor in being a beginner or not. We're artists at the end of the day. You know, we should have pride in our abilities and the work that we've put in, but we shouldn't have any expectation or ego about how we should be treated or in the prospect of other people's. And I mean, you know, you think you're a beginner relative to what, right? Relative to others in Drawbox? Well, there's people like me who've been doing it for 2.5 years, and so I've plenty experience with these specific things, but most likely not the same things you've done. There's nothing wrong with being a beginner. but also being a beginner in this sense is very relative. And fails to capture a lot of, what an artist is. I'm going to use this as the kind of basis for height. And I'll use this one. And we're a little bit over time, so I'm just going to... Alrighty, so let's divvy this up and then call it for the night. Still got to work out. Yeah, I think this is just going to be a quarter of it. Yep, I think that's fine. On these smaller parts, let's see. That could be another quarter. Boom, there we go. Oh, okay, maybe not. Okay, see you, Bear. Have a good one. What if we did... Let's see, it's going to have to be over a quarter. Let's see if a third fits here well. A third of this, which means... What? We could do a half. I don't think it's very accurate, but for safety, I think it may be our best bet. Why not? Why not? Yeah. We have so much complexity here, there's no point in making it worse. Maybe that abstraction does hurt. 2/5? What would 2/5 look like? Two-fifths good. Now, is that extremely small and probably inaccurate? Yep. Do I care? Nope. There's our next fifth. Cool. Okay, I'm going to hate myself tomorrow for that, but we'll deal with it for now. So cool. We're going to wrap it up here, everybody. Thank you for joining the stream tonight. A lot of internet troubles, but what can you do about it, right? Yeah. So, thank you very much for joining us, Bear and Something and Rise. Welcome to the channel, Something. I hope you get the opportunity to draw sometime in the future, as well as your motivation that you're looking for. Yeah, so we're gonna call it here. We'll be streaming every single day for the next week until the 23rd. Looks my internet is about to go out, so I'll try to wrap it up quickly. But yeah, so once again, thank you all for joining, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.